Sometimes you just want to respond to a tweet or a message or a meme or something, and you're like, man, who am I helping really by responding to this? I didn't do it. But I got a fucking podcast, so I get a chance to do it now. And somebody said they could not listen to First Person Shooter anymore because when J. Cole said the Muhammad Ali line, that now it's cap because he bowed out of the battle and therefore he cannot be Muhammad Ali. That is not just this one individual's take. I looked at the comment section. A lot of people are happily throwing shots and saying, yup, you can't, you bowed Before out. I get into my real point, I'm going to say this. First of all, Cole got on tracks with everybody that wanted to get on track. This nigga got on tracks and murdered it with your trap rappers, with your backpackers, with your actor rappers. He murdered all of them that got on the track with him. That's point number one. Point number two, when Cole said he's pulling 7-minute drill off DSPs because he felt like he allowed peer pressure and not his true self, basically, to control the situation. It was like, man, I don't have beef with Kendrick. I don't dislike Kendrick. I don't want to go in there and say nasty shit about somebody or whatever. So that's very understandable. Now, I'm going to keep it honest. At the time, I'm there at Dreamville Fest. I'm watching this happen like everybody, and I'm in shock like everybody because I didn't expect it. In my head, we're going to show him who's number one. But anyway, I'm like hype. I'm thinking this is the moment. 7-minute drill. And then he said what he said, right? I'm just in the section with everybody, friends, and we're all kind of like, we're looking at each other like, what just happened? The next day, I was literally on my way to see him, and I'm thinking, man, you know what? I'm sure he's probably being asked about this so much, but I got to get to the bottom of this, man. I gotta find out. Like, basically, I'm in my head at that moment, I'm going on some, nah, man, we got to tell him to get back on this. And my Instagram algorithm is all hadith. For people that don't know hadith, it's like, they're like stories from the Prophet's time, and they tell you how he carried himself or things that he said to do or like lessons. They're compiled in these books. Now, I got a lot of Instagram spiritual stuff like that. Boom. What comes on my Instagram feed? It says, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, if somebody hurts you with something they know about you, do not hurt them with something you know about them. Verily, the punishment will be theirs and the reward will be yours. This is the message that I saw as I'm on my way to go see Cole. So now I'm conflicted. I'm like, hold on. I can argue with Cole, but I can't argue with the Prophet Muhammad. And he's saying the same thing. That man said, yo, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to sit here and throw mud at a homie. And then he said, go ahead, do your thing. That was the same message, at least to me, the way that I perceived it. Now, let me get to my next point. The Muhammad Ali bar. Why don't we just do a little history, youngins? Muhammad Ali was stripped of his title. And the first time, because he regained the title 3 times, right? When he was stripped of his title, it wasn't in the ring. That came later when he fought Frazier, and then he came back, beat Frazier 2 more times. No. When he was stripped of his title, when he was the king, when he was number 1, and they took his title away, is because he said he didn't have beef with people in Vietnam to go over there and fight them. He was like, why should I go fight them? I don't have beef with them. I don't hate these niggas. Does that not sound like something familiar? Did I not just... Let's recap real quick. J. Cole, I'm not going to do this for the peer pressure. Muhammad Ali, and I ain't got beef with Vietnam. Y'all do. You fight Vietnam. I'm chilling. They took his title, took his money, took all this stuff. But God is great, so he came back and got it. The righteous will always prevail. I'm going to give it a little time and the Glazers will be back. It's all good. So I ain't tripping. But so this brings me to my Muhammad Ali point, man, that when he says, and right now I feel like Muhammad Ali, well, now he's got all the Muhammad Ali phases covered. And that's why J. Cole is the GOAT. At least if we're talking this generation and all that good stuff. But I'm not going to let people just sit there and disrespect the greatest rapper the greatest pen of our generation. You know what I mean? J. Cole is Muhammad Ali.